Good morning. Happy July 2nd for all of my Canadian people. I hope you had a great Canada Day, and we are headed into the weekend. This is one of those weird days. Ray and I thought all day yesterday was like Saturday or Sunday. So it's like a week of 2 Saturdays. So I hope you are having a good one. So what are we letting go of today? And irony is the moon energy as we are waning out of that big strawberry moon. A lot of energy came with it. It was a blue moon as well. So we are looking at releasing. And today, you know, the moon is about those hidden mysteries, the intuition, dreams, some subconscious energy, and that veiled mystery. We are in water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And I always see the moon card as the master water card of the tarot deck. I see some of the major arcanas as masters of the suits themselves. And to me, she is the one that overrules all of the cups. So she is that water sign, and it is the moon in Pisces. So we are releasing the fear of unknown. So this is asking us to take stock right now of those things around us that are moving forward that we might be fearful of. And this is asking us to drop out of that energy. I've read several things that said that depression is worrying or thinking about the past, living in past moments, where fear and anxiety is about approaching and looking towards the future. So this is asking us to really drop out of that fear today and let go of that confusion that keeps us stagnant. If you think of a stagnant pool of water, there's a lot of bacteria and things that can grow in there. So this is asking us to let go of that standstill position, that confusion over what comes next. Where am I going? What am I doing? It is asking us to drop out of that fear base of the anticipation of what's coming, so that fear state, but also that complete standstill that we're at in the process of moving forward, which, as I said, a lot of times comes with those issues of anxiety. So stop searching for certainty before you take that next step. It's one of those universal things of the universe always has my back. I've talked before a couple months ago about something called pronoia, which is the opposite of paranoia. Pronoia is believing that the universe is conspiring for your best interest. So drop into that. What does the universe have coming for you next that you can actually get excited about? With the nervous system, I was talking to somebody yesterday and was telling them, you know, our waking state is beta brainwave patterns. If you want to get into the mind for a moment, we operate at beta when we're awake. However, with the way our world is set up now, we are at high beta brainwaves. And what does that mean? So if you think of the, caveman times, a high beta wave day would be being chased by a woolly mammoth or chased by a saber-toothed tiger kind of thing. So, and that happened every so often. You would go into that fight, flight, freeze, fawn mode and get over the issue at hand and keep on going forward. So what does this mean for us today? This means for us today that we have a saber-toothed tiger moment like every hour, every couple hours in our day. Our brains and our systems were not designed to deal with that. When we had the woolly mammoth moment, we would just shake it off and keep going. We are no longer able to shake off what is happening because things are happening so rapid fire for us that our brain has a hard time catching up with that. So it is asking us today, because we are constantly looking for ways that we are not going to trigger ourselves, it's asking us to release that today. Release that certainty, that fear of everything that's coming all at once kind of thing. Release the old illusions, those old stories that you're telling about yourself. So as we're telling the old stories, that dips us into the past as we progress into the future. So it's all about coming to this present moment right now and realizing I'm okay. And I mean literally that right second. I'm okay. And the next second was, okay. That's all we ever really have. Things can change in a blink of an eye. So release that fear of the unknown. Rise back up. Trust that not everything needs to be understood for you immediately as well. So things might be unfolding for you in such a glorious way that your brain and your system is going to see it possibly as a threat, and you might even not walk forward to whatever that is out of fear. So it's asking you just to release all of that today and work with that intuition. Go with the gut feeling rather than the brain feeling. Go with the gut feeling rather than that emotional feeling, and tap into that intuition. What is coming up for you today that excites you? And we talked the other day about how excitement and anxiety can run on the same vein, and how you have to retrain your nervous system again to realize that excitement is a good thing. So what is exciting you about that future? Please release the fear of the unknown, and see it as a rising, not as a going under the water kind of situation. So that is the moon for today. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces reminds us that intuition often whispers to you before it speaks clearly, and you can understand the message that's coming anyway. Your soul already knows its direction. So once again, tap into that inner knowledge, gut feeling versus head feeling, and then try to anchor that into your heart and see what happens. Your mind is simply trying to play catch up to all of this information that is coming in. So calm the mind. Beautiful day to maybe do a little bit of a 5-minute rooted meditation, grounded meditation, to anchor you into the present moment where everything is fine because it just was. So what are we letting grow this week or today? And this is the True Let It Grow card. So the 7 of Pentacles, this is what I call, this is the growth, abundance, and manifestation called card. This is the card I call seed, plant, blossom, fruit, the fourfold order of the universe card, because you are growing patience with your journey. You're learning how to nurture yourself. You're learning how to let things grow. You are continuing to nurture the seeds that you are already planted. One of my favorite things to do in the spring, coming into summer, is watching my sunflowers grow, and they are doing a beautiful job. But if I had planted that seed and started digging through the earth, 2 days after I dug the seeds, nothing would be there because I wouldn't have given that time to cultivate. So we have to nurture those seeds we've already planted. If you can see in the card right there, you can see, I always see this also as a Reiki card. You can see his palm actually giving energy to that life, to that tree, to that growth of those beautiful pentacles underneath the ground to rise up and become a strong, beautiful tree, stable, rooted, grounded. So he is giving his energy to that today, but also it's that passive time, that allowance to, once you've put your plans in motion, to let them ferment, to let them grow, to let them break through the soil of the earth themselves. They have their own journey. So once you put it out there, what you want, it sometimes can, for some people, happens instantly. Other people's, it takes time for that to cultivate and grow on its own. So honor the consistent effort that you've put in. We can all sit there and shit on ourselves all day long and say, oh, well, I should have. Once again, shitting all over yourself. I should have done this. I should have done that. I wish I could have. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Don't. Take stock in everything you've done. Take a time out for you. And look at all the things that have worked out right. Look at the path that you've been on. Look at the things that you have learned. Look at the things that you have cultivated. Look at the things that have grown and come to you that are absolutely incredible and beautiful in your life. And realize with that magnificent energy, that magnificent growth, that you are growing new things. And stop, and this is a message for myself as well, don't be frustrated knowing that the seeds are planted and are not here yet. Your garden needs tending. Sometimes it needs weeding. The weeding is those thoughts, pruning those thoughts that no longer serve you. You need to pull those out and let room for that beautiful garden to grow. And don't rush the harvest. Sometimes the best things come with all of that intention, all of that planting, all of that working, all of that toiling. And as I said, some people it just comes to in a blink of an eye. And I've had those blink of an eye moments as well where you're totally aligned and it just comes in for you in an instant. And then there's times where you plant and the season seems to take a long time. And then you finally get what you want. It comes to you. And there's a big sigh of relief. You let go of that fear of the unknown. It has finally come to you, finally come to fruition. And all of a sudden there's this space and you're like, you know, that wasn't as hard as I made it out to be. So that's what it's asking for today. Take that time and cultivate. Celebrate the progress, even when the harvest hasn't fully arrived for you yet. And that's exactly what this is. Keep growing, keep moving forward, keep on your path. Trust that your intuition and trust that intuition and heart knows. And even though we're letting go of the fear, this is a high intuition card when it is in what I would consider these readings the upright position. So when we do the let it go, we generally look at the reverse aspects of the card. So in the upright or front forward position of the moon, it's all about harvesting that energy and that rising of intuition and going with instinct. And you can put the two together as you release that fear and go with that instinct. Your harvest will be plenty for you if you just give it space and time and don't poke around in the dirt for what you've planted. So celebrate what hasn't fully arrived yet today. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the Seven of Pentacles teaches us abundance. Pentacles is an earth card. I forgot to mention that. Abundance isn't created overnight. Just as a gardener can't rush the season, neither can we force our own growth. Every seed with loving tenderness becomes a blossom, and every blossom has the potential to become that fruit of your labor. And sometimes the labor is just waiting. That's the arduous part of it. It's that waiting period. So this reading today feels like standing in the garden before sunrise. The moon is still out over the landscape. Nothing is visible. Some of the flowers are still remaining closed. They haven't quite hit that sunlight yet as the moon is still there. Yet everything is glowing and growing. Beneath the soil, every seed is moving forward for your growth. With every rooted, reaching quiet downward, the Seven of Pentacles invites you to kneel beside the garden and not harvest it, not yet, simply to notice, to witness how much has already grown. And the moon says to the Seven of Pentacles, trust what you can't see. And isn't that poignant and beautiful? Trust what you can't see. And the Seven of Pentacles replies back, and trust what is growing beneath the surface. We are all on growth cycles. It could be something material you're working towards, a home, relationship, family, but it could also be that inner growth as well, the wanting to expand yourself. So trust what is growing beneath that surface. How much do we judge stuff that is invisible? You know, it'll never happen. That, that's that stinking thinking. So you also have to remove these phrases from yourself. And I've started watching, I think his name is David Bryan. One of my best friends got me onto his stuff, and I've been watching a fair amount of his videos. He is like Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's really, really super. And he works a lot with the teachings of Neville Goddard, who is also an incredible visionary in manifestation, the law of vibration versus the law of attraction. So he's got some really good stuff there. And I watched a video. Unfortunately, I had some insomnia, so I watched a video at like 3:30 this morning about doing a memory dump in the mornings, about all of the shitty things that you think about. Then you reframe them, and then you put the positive. So it's like, oh, I never have money. And then it's like, but you do have material things around you that you love. And then you affirm that by saying, money comes to me easily and naturally. I have everything that I need. The universe has never let me down. When I open my bank account, there is money there. It's my brain that creates fear. So it's reframing. So it's going to be a really good process. So I'll work at it for a bit, and I might pop it into the group, into the Hive, as a Mindset Monday thing at some point. So look for that. The sunflower doesn't bloom in winter. Everything unfolds in its own sacred timing, and your dream is still the seed, so it needs that cultivation before it comes into bloom. And it might be closer than you actually even realize. So keep dreaming, keep your intuition going, and keep tending to that garden, because the harvest always belongs to those who continue showing up with faith. And we have released the need to know exactly how everything is going to unfold for you, and grow your trust in the seeds you've already planted. The unseen is just as important as what is visible to you. So what seeds have you been quietly planting and nurturing that deserve a little bit more of your patience today? And where is your intuition asking you to trust the journey, even if you can't see that outcome yet? So I've talked a lot today, so I'm not going to do an oracle card. Tomorrow, I'm going to change the format a bit for Fridays. I am going to do Fuck Around and Find Out Fridays. I got a brand new oracle deck that is just hysterical. It is incredible. So I'm going to use one of my darker tarot cards decks as well. Not darker as an evil, but it is, the imagery is a little bit more, it's all ravens. It's super cool. And then I will do the Fafo card, and maybe even a little sweary affirmation for the day. May your path be gentle, may your heart open, and may you always remember that you are the medicine. So I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.